60 Cable, KABL with America's best music. Helen Forrest, Terry James, and I've heard that song before. Dean Martin, Ain't That a Kick in the Head?
Boy, do
and
you
we
look
start
sharp.
things off with Barbara Streisand and Evergreen. Jim Lange, how are you doing?
Boy, do you look sharp.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're broadcasting from the hangar deck of the USS Hornet. The big dance about to get underway. The lessons are going on now. And a lot of people are dressed in uniform, military uniform. And Joe is a, what are you, Lieutenant JG?
A Lieutenant JG in the Navy here.
In the Navy. You look very sharp. If you ever join the service, join the Navy because you look great in that outfit.
Thank you. Did I tell you what happened? I was over at the cable tent, and a gentleman who's actually in the Navy, a recruiter, came up to me and said, "What's going on here, son?" And I was telling him, well, we're going to have a contest a little bit later on, dance lessons. And he obviously thought I was in the Navy and that I was being kind of insubordinate. I said, "Oh, no, I'm not in the Navy."
What was his rank?
I didn't see. I think it might have been a higher ranking.
Yeah, well, they're a lot
Officer.
higher than a Lieutenant JG, but he had to be an officer. If he wasn't an officer, you outranked him.
Okay, so I wasn't supposed to salute or anything.
No, you don't. You know that I've seen all kinds of ranks here tonight, and nobody's saluting anybody. I mean, it's just a matter of being patriotic, getting back into the 40s, getting out, enjoying life, and enjoying the big band. And it's going to be a great night. I can't wait till Carter gets here. He got off the air at 8, and he's zooming across the bridge now. He always wears some very, very apropos outfit. You know?
Right, and I'm sure he is tonight.
He always does.
So at 8 o'clock this evening, the band is going to begin. You'll be on the bandstand announcing them?
Yeah, Carter and I will be up there, and Dino will not be here tonight. Dino is cooking kebabs. He's having his kebabs cooked at the St. Barton's Church in Oakland. If you aren't coming to the dance tonight, you might go over and see Dino and have a kebab.
And the Richard Hagopian Orchestra, correct?
They'll be playing. They don't quite. They're good, but they don't quite measure up to the Dorsey Band.
All right, great. We'll be checking back in just a moment. Jim will be making his way over to the bandstand. This is 960 Cable KABL.
From October 24th through November 4th, the world's finest live jazz will fill the city by the bay in the 19th annual San Francisco Jazz Festival. This year's festival celebrates the American musical icons with the rare West Coast appearance by cabaret legend Bobby Short, straight from Manhattan's famed Cafe Carlyle to San Francisco's own Davies Symphony Hall on Sunday evening, October 28th at 7 p.m. For the complete San Francisco Jazz Festival lineup and ticket information,
960 Cable KABL and America's best music with Tony Bennett and something. Bette Midler before that's Come Rain or Come Shine. And
Ahoy, me hearty.
man, you must have a heavy foot on that pedal, Carter B.
I got here really quickly, didn't I?
You look great.
I must admit. Well, thank you very much. So do you. Dressed as a sailor boy, you really look good.
Now, you've got your Glenn Miller Orchestra leather jacket on here. Is that hand-painted on the back?
Yes, that's a leather dye. That's what they did in World War II. They dyed the symbol, or whatever symbol it was, of the aircraft or the group or the wing or whatever.
Now, how'd you get this?
I paid good money for it.
You paid good money?
You bet. Very good money. They don't even make these anymore. So
it looks great.
This is the most expensive item of clothing I've ever bought. Seriously.
No, but it looks good, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well worth the money you spend.
And I've got my Coral Sea VIP hat on. Of course, the Coral Sea no longer exists as an aircraft carrier, but I used to do broadcasts from it, so that's why they gave me the hat.
Now, what do you think? It's been a couple months, obviously, since you've last been here, but I think it's great to see the big turnout we've actually had tonight, considering what's been going on.
There's a lot of folks here tonight. Yes, considering the horror of the 19th of September, people are here. They're carrying on with life, and I think that's a reasonable approach. That's
A lot of
why
people
we're
wearing,
here.
Exactly. A lot of people wearing the red, white, and blue, since it's the red, white, and blue ball. People also wearing military uniforms and whatnot.
And those who are coming to the Hornet here in Alameda, make sure you stop by the KABL booth. You can buy a flag. All of the proceeds go to recovery efforts in New York. And there's a lot of other things there at our booth.
Now, you guys are going to be going up, actually, you and Jim, in a few minutes here. You'll be hitting the bandstand and introducing the Dorsey brothers. They sounded great. I heard them warming up, so I think it's going to be a good show tonight.
Oh, good. Excellent.
So, we'll get back to, I think we have time for a couple more songs before that happens. And we'll do that right now on 960 Cable KABL.
What's a Thule elk done for you lately?
Jim Lange and Carter B. Smith Doing a great job announcing the Dorsey Brothers Orchestra. This is 960 KABL, Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose. Broadcasting live from the USS Hornet. We'll check back in with you in just a little while here on 960 Cable, KABL.
It taught me.
960 Cable, KABL with America's best music. Yes, the Ramsey Lewis Trio as we play some piano with the in-crowd Diane Shore. Before that, Do Nothing Till You Hear From Me. And then we heard the tail end of Bobby Darin's Mac the Knife. Joe Romagna along with the rest of the Cable gang here. Jim Lange, Carter B. Smith as we broadcast live aboard the USS Hornet aircraft carrier in Alameda. Great time tonight. We have the music of the Dorsey Brothers Orchestra. We'll be here until 10 o'clock. Party goes here on until midnight. And if you're thinking, I should have gone to that. When's the next dance? That's going to be on New Year's Eve. The music of LeVay Smith and her Red Hot Skilt Liquors along with the swing session. But we invite you to join us all night tonight. We'll have Jukebox Saturday night picking up at 9 o'clock as we continue on here on 960 Cable, KABL.
Invite.
Good stuff. Larry Elgarts and Bandstand Boogie. It's America's best music, and you're listening to it on 960 Cable, KABL. Also some music from Nat King Cole. It's Only a Paper Moon, Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody. And, well, that's what we've done so far. Joe Romagna here broadcasting live aboard the USS Hornet aircraft carrier in Alameda. Carter B. Smith sitting to my right.
Isn't this a great experience, Joe? I mean, you look at these people, they're every age, from octogenarians to teenagers. It's a really homogeneous group here this evening.
It is. I'm very impressed by it.
There's some knockout women. I just sit here. This is what I like to do, is just sit here.
And I get a nudge every couple of seconds
just to alert you in case you miss them. There are some and there's some great-looking uniforms, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I've seen some British Air Force uniforms here tonight. And look, how do you do? My. My.
You're not a very shy man, are you?
No, the service has certainly changed from World War II. They didn't have attractive people like this on board. In fact, our program director, Clark Reed, is here. He's been up telling the band that they ought to shape up, and he's got them going. They're doing Danny Boy at the moment. God, your dog.
Not only people in the military uniforms, but also dressed up in the red, white, and blue, because that was obviously the theme. It's the red, white, and blue ball, and you see some folks dressed up. One gentleman looked like Uncle Sam.
I think that was Uncle Sam.
He said he was actually Colonel Sanders. Couldn't quite tell the difference between the two.
Except Lange took all the turkey legs from him that he had.
Jim Lange is somewhere aboard the ship.
Yes, he is.
MIA somewhere.
He's disappeared now. He's conferring with a top military group somewhere else on the flight deck. You know, the thing about the flight deck that I like is they have spent literally some years now to soften it. It doesn't look like a flight deck. It has, I think, a very warm and welcoming feel to it around the bandstand, and on either side of the bandstand are two huge dance floors. A lot of people dancing. Here's a young lady coming by dressed as a sailor, or sailorette, I guess you'd call her.
And also the large American flag appropriately draped behind the bandstand.
There's all kinds of people. It really is just fun to watch and see the folks go by.
That's what Carter B. and I are doing right now. And we'll return back to some music and check back in right here on 960 Cable, KABL.
960 Cable,
KABL, Platters, and Only You.
You about ready, Joe, to go up on the stage here in about 10 minutes?
You and I will be going up there.
And also Jim, I guess.
If we could find him.
Well, he'll show up. You know who I'm worried about is Tom Berlin, our traffic guy. I pointed him up to the flight deck and showed him the way to get up there, and he's never returned.
You didn't show him the way down.
No. Well, there's an up ladder and a down ladder.
That's the thing. It isn't as easy as it sounds.
No, I know. But he's never returned. Maybe he's still up on the flight deck.
It was a gorgeous view come sundown when I was actually setting up the tent over there with the promotions crew. We were looking out the backside of the ship, and you could see clear across the bay.
You don't say the backside of the ship.
I'm sorry, the fantail.
You're dressed in a your stern would be a good way. But you're dressed in a sailor boy outfit and you say the back of the ship. Oh.
You know, when I first came aboard, I used to call this a boat, so I'm progressing.
Well, we're all progressing in one way or another. You know, I'm scoping the crowd out. You know, I'm not looking at you, Joe.
We're going to
All candor.
check back up with you after this 9 o'clock music sweep here. We'll be right back on 960 Cable, KABL.
What's a Thule elk done for you?